As I remember, somebody asked for some house. Now, house music is not exactly my specialty, but I think I can make it, so let's do that. Alright, so here I already have some kicks in the place, and I'm going to add the clap sounds on, these parts. Add in the hats there. Already pretty much getting that sort of sound. Let's see. So I have the drum pattern in place, you notice, already, the basic. But I can go into the instruments, and right now it's on FL Basic Kit. And I can listen through a bunch of different kits. Now the most obvious one, I guess they don't actually have a quote house kit here, but I kind of like the funky sound of this quote acoustic kit, but I guess what they mean is that it's sort of like the samples of acoustic drums. Okay, so I like the sound of those sampled claps there, but I don't really like the sound of the kick. So what we can do is go in here, I'll just delete the kick from that track. Then I'll go and I'll add another step sequencer. Then I'll pick a different instrument. So we're layering two kits together to get the best. There, that sounds kind of housey, I guess. Progressive kit there. So I remember that there are some nice house loops in there. So let's go ahead and add in another one of these. And then I will pick an instrument of loops and listen to some of these Slice X. Most obvious would be Houser. Pretty housey already. Our house time. Our electro house. Yeah, I like the sound of that conga there. So, drawing a funky pattern here. Let's go ahead and add one more instrument to that. I'm liking that drop or organ. Let's try the Rhodes piano. Scroll down here in the bass region because I like that part of the Rhodes sound. Now in my track editor I can thin this out a little bit. I like that pretty well. You can go in and make it a lot more housey than this, but pretty decent. I made this little tune while I was just sitting on the sofa the other day, but the levels are all incorrect. So let's go in and fix them. It's sort of a 1980s pop sounding thing, isn't it? Now we're getting into leveling things out. The bass line. Always want the bass line to be nice and loud. Let's go ahead and make another beat, shall we? Now I just randomly drew that, but that's kind of an interesting sound. This is going to be a strange one. Hang on to your ears. Aha! Now that we have the hats in place, you can hear that sort of unusual groove. I think this is going to be a keeper. Don't be afraid to put the snares and the hats somewhere else than the obvious usual positions. Notice the interesting sort of swinging feel we get by putting the clap ahead of one beat ahead of where it usually would be. We're going to use it again. So let's go into the tracks. We'll add another drum voice here. To produce an overall beat that is the process of several drum machines and beat for it. That's it, man. That's it. I think we found the right break for it. JS Jazz here. Let's add in some synthesizers. I have my synthesizer playing here, but some of it is a little on the sloppy side, so I'm going to hit quantize here. Put it onto the 16th. Do the note lengths to do it. That's a little bit sharp on the treble, so I'm going to go ahead and filter some of this. Then we can actually use the accelerometer. It's pretty fun, isn't it? Let's add some nice filter delay.